G'day everybody and thanks for tuning in. Today I want to talk about curing your allergies with using urine therapy. That's right, you hear it right, urine therapy. That's from using your bodily liquids to cure illnesses. And it's pretty effective and it works pretty much straight away. So, in today's world we have a lot of allergies, put it that way. Food allergies, bee sting allergies, hay fever, cat allergies, you name it. There's a host of things out there. And let's face it, when you have one of these things, you spend a lot of money. You're running back and forth to the doctors. You're buying ridiculous amounts of pills and drugs, and yet you still seem to have the allergy and nothing seems to work. Or you're told, hey, sorry, you've got an allergy, you're just going to have to live with it. And that's not great. It's not an easy thing. I don't want to live with an allergy. I don't want to accept that, my whole body's going to be messed up if I eat a peanut and things like that. Well, in my journey of making this film about urine therapy, I've come across a few people, and including myself, that have cured an allergy. Now, I was allergic to cats, and I've never had this allergy in my life before. I've had cats all my life. And all of a sudden, I had a cat come in. It was a long-haired cat, and it would wash itself, and I started to feel really sick. At first, I thought, well, maybe I'm coming down with the flu. My eyes were all itchy, and my nostrils were all nasally, and I felt kind of headache-ish and almost hazy. So this went on for quite some time, and I'm thinking, what is this going on? I haven't been able to kick the flu or whatever it was. And then I had a friend who come and stayed in my house and also had the same reaction and said, oh, I've got an allergic reaction to your cat. Well, I got rid of the cat, funny enough. And then the allergies decided to disappear a little bit. So I brought the cat back and of course all flared up again. And I was like, my God, I definitely got an allergy to cats. Never had this before, so I booked myself into the allergy clinic at the hospital, which was about 8 months wait, and had all the tests. And they do all the little markings and they drop pinpricks in you and drop the liquid in and test all these different mites and dust and so forth. And of course the last one was cat allergies, and of course that came up really, really red. So the doctor's going, well, you've got a cat allergy. I suggest you get rid of your cat. Now, for all those animal lovers, that's not an easy thing to do. And why should you? It's a pet. But I couldn't tolerate these symptoms. They were giving me all these drugs and that would just dry me up and I wasn't feeling anything great. So urine therapy. That's using your urine for therapeutic, homeopathic aspects. Your body produces its own antidote. The antigens are in your urine when you have an allergic reaction. Now, I've met others that have had allergic reactions to wasps where they needed an EpiPen. If not, they would die. And have tried this therapy and worked within minutes. So here I am, can't be hypocritical. I've got to do a film about urine therapy and I've got an allergy cat. I might as well put it to test. So I had the cat, rubbed my face in it, my eyes started to itch, started to feel headache, nose was running, same thing. So what did I do? You wait only 30 seconds it takes for the antidote to be in your urine, and then put it in an eyedropper. Simple solution. Pee into a little glass, whatever you need. Use your eyedropper. Few drops under the tongue. And leave it there. You'll find it will subside in just under 7 minutes. So I've drunken a little bit and I put a little bit more under there and washed it out of my mouth. I used it in my eyes to stop the itching. Within 2 minutes, the itching disappeared. You can use it as a neti potting if your sinuses are all stuffed and just, drip it through. It's incredibly fast and works very effectively. So I disappeared, went out months later to another friend's place who has the same thing, allergies and dogs and cats, and I had the same reaction. Did it again, it came back a little bit, and Lo and behold, within 5 minutes, the allergy had gone. Now, does this work on other things? Yes, it does. When I was in America, I got to talk to Andrew Norton Webber, who was very allergic to wasps. And when he'd get bitten by a wasp, he'd swell up, throat would start to close, he wouldn't be able to breathe, and he would have to be rushed to emergency, and they'd put him in straight away. He had an EpiPen on standby, just in case. He too is understanding about urine therapy, tried it, got bitten by a wasp, peed into a little glass, put it under his tongue, told his friend to call emergency standby because, didn't believe it was going to work. 2 minutes later, no reaction. Now, every time he'd been bitten by a wasp, he'd go into shock and it would just swell up. This time was the first time. He's also allergic to walnuts, certain nuts as well, and had the reaction. Did the same thing. Under the tongue, disappeared. So how does it work? What's the science behind it? Well, they're not going to tell you that, but the antidote being in your urine is going to send the information in your lymph nodes right under here, and it sends the messengers to stop the reaction. Because realistically, a allergy is something going wrong in your body and it's running rampant. By sending the information to saying this shouldn't happen, we need to send the fight cells to counteract this reaction. It stops the reaction. And that's a bit of basic about how it works. You can try it out, experiment. Now you go, yuck, I don't want to put urine under my tongue. You can't taste it under your tongue, but I can tell you now, the allergy going is far more greater. Now you never know, you might be stuck out in the middle of nowhere and can't get to a hospital, and you've got somebody who's bitten by a bee or something and has a reaction. You don't have that time. You don't have that luxury. So that's a good thing to know. It's there, it's on tap, it's free. You don't have to spend hours in doctors, and you can cure your allergies within minutes. Another person I spoke to was Martin J. Lara. He taught a lot about urine therapy. He had actually stopped somebody shaking that had Parkinson's from the same principle. Got it on camera. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the rights to release it because the person didn't allow that. But it's an amazing substance and what it can do. Well, keep it up and give it a go. Tell me what you think if you've tried it. Add your blogs. Let everybody know. Because, there's a lot of comments that'll come after this. People will be, yeah, I done it and it worked. And the more people that say that they've tried it and actually, talk about their allergies and what they actually cured, the more people will actually become open to it and want to try it. Because, you've got to make it normalized rather than taboo. So anything that is taboo is not talked about. Anything that is talked about no longer becomes a taboo. All right, very popular in Germany, by the way. Well, that's all I'm going to talk about. You probably heard this blog before, but I accidentally deleted about 20 files, so I'm just reblogging everything. So anyway, feel free to subscribe, and I'll be adding more clips as we go. Thanks for watching.